Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. How are you guys doing? Here today for a match preview. The champions, of course, is back, the Champions League. And to join me, Inter versus Bayern preview, I've actually got a special guest, someone I've known for a couple of years on Twitter, and this is the first time I'm seeing actually his face. He's a Bayern fan, but also an Inter fan, so he's going to be a bit conflicted in his head. But yeah, coming in from Germany, my boy Navon. What's up, bro?
What's up?
Thank you very much for joining me.
I'm sorry for the cam, but it should work out.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. There's a little flicker going on, but as long as we can hear you properly, that's all that matters. Then we can see we can see that you're a fly, cool looking guy. That's all good.
Thank you.
Let me give a shout out to the people. Of course, Navon's also a subscriber of the channel, which is he got in touch with me as soon as Bayern got picked out to the people. Of course, Navon. Well, don't put the YouTube on.
Yo.
Yeah. Of course, we're going to talk about GOSENS remontada. We're going to talk about all that. Kuro Black, Michael Summers in the house, Mighty Mao, Tommy in the house. No, Lukaku is not going to play, bro. Lukaku is injured, so I'm sorry to tell you that. Sadio Mane running at Steven the fridge. Alex, yeah, we are all worried about that. Awesome BLE, pray for our club. Yeah, definitely we need to pray for our club. Ahmed in the house, coming in with a quote, hope is a dangerous thing. Hope can drive a man insane. Wow, people are getting very philosophical. How are you feeling, Navon, going into this game?
I mean, before the derby, I was actually pretty confident that Inter can at least manage a draw or like a tight game. But the performance in the derby was awful, to be honest. Like defending wise, we were so fucking shit.
Yeah.
Both of the Leao goals were poorly defended. The Giroud one as well. Handanovic also very poor as usual.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I ever since Handanovic is our keeper, I compare it to when I watch Bayern games with Neuer in goal, and this weekend especially, it was again. I think Neuer would have saved 2 out of the 3 goals. The first one and the Giroud one probably. Not much he could do about the third one. But yeah, not feeling too optimistic, to be honest.
Well, yeah, this guy over here, Jacket A, says we're gonna walk all over Bayern 3-0. Jesus, I don't know where he's getting this positive energy. But yeah, Navon, before we get cracking, give the people tell us a little bit about how you're a Bayern fan, but also an Inter fan. Tell us a little bit.
I don't even know if you know the story, but I'm gonna tell it. When I grew up, when I was 4 or 5 years old, I began watching football, and I've been watching with my grandpa back then.
Okay.
And even before I knew any player, he told me you gotta support the red team, the team in red jerseys. My whole one side of my family, they are all Bayern fans, and I was living in a region not far from Munich back then. And so I began supporting Bayern, and the thing is with my other grandpa, he's a big fan of Italy in general.
Right.
He's there 3 times a year to make holidays, and ever since I can remember, he was also supporting Inter and my uncle as well. And when I was in Italy for the first time, I don't know how old I was, probably 7 or 8 years, I don't know. He took me to San Siro. And back then I was also playing FIFA, I don't know, FIFA 9, I think, with Zlatan in attack for Inter, and he was one of the highest rated players in the team. And yeah, so I think I began supporting Inter, but to be honest, when I was 12 or 13, it really increased a lot. I began watching, I started watching every game and supporting Inter in general, and then caring about transfer rumors and so on.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Bayern is your first team, and then Inter is your second team.
I don't know if I would say that. I think I don't know. Inter is just so emotional. I think especially in those last 4 to 5 years, coming out of the Banta era and then like all those games, the game versus Lazio back then to get back into the Champions League. It was so emotional. Like I would say, it's on one level. I don't know who I would support. I would probably like watching this game and just be sitting there around and not having any emotions about any team.
Yeah, well, that's what Inter do to you, isn't it, bro? Inter, they're just
Yeah,
a crazy team to support. I mean, shouts out to you, but also, maybe not the smartest decision of you to start supporting Inter.
my grandpa, like when I watch Inter games with him right now, like it doesn't really happen too often, like maybe once in a month. He always is like, back then everything was better. He talks about like some players I know them, but I was like way too young to have seen them play. And he
Yeah.
is like, yeah, 2001 when I wasn't even born, like those players, those were the good ones. And I was like, yeah, I know like Matthias Vecino and Roberto Gagliardini starting for my team.
The struggles. Oh, that's jokes. That is jokes, bro. But what about the 2010 final? What were you feeling that day?
I was 8 years old, and back then I was watching the game with like the inter side of my family, like with my grandpa, my uncle, I think my father, but my father doesn't really care about football too
Yeah.
much. And back then I was like happy that Inter won, but I know like in 2011, I think it was a neutral thing as well. Like, yeah. And
Yeah.
being a Bayern fan must be so easy for your nerves. Like comparing it to Inter, definitely. But like 3 years ago, when Kovac was the coach at Bayern, there wasn't really too positive things as well. Like the squad was not that good; it was way too old, and Kovac was a poor coach, very bad football. Like back then, I preferred watching Inter games because Inter under Conte was so much more fun to watch than Bayern under Kovac, which was like Lewandowski, Thiago x Inshallah.
Yeah, no. And obviously you guys have like the expectation must be like so high every single match, whereas like even like a draw is just like a bad result for you guys, right?
Yeah, like right now, definitely. But like, if you remember, like in the beginning of the 2010 years, Bayern lost two titles to Dortmund,
Hmm.
and I think in 2009 Wolfsburg won it. In 2008 Stuttgart won it. So like, it was not always like this. It wasn't not like Bayern won the title every year. I think
Mm.
that has gotten a thing since Guardiola was the coach, probably.
Yeah. So you started to like really dominate.
Yeah, so you expect a double like Bundesliga and Cup at
Mm.
least every
Yeah.
year. And if you only win one title, it's like a bad season for Bayern, definitely.
Yeah. And now it's like I think after Guardiola is always like do you expect the level it's not just the winning, the level you expect like a level of football as well, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
quality of football.
I think Ancelotti, he played like pretty poor football. Like it was not fun to watch, but it was at least like you had you thought like he knows what he's doing at least. Like Kovac was just not a coach to on Bayern's level.
Yeah.
And
No.
you definitely remembered like Heinkes or Guardiola's football, and then you like saw Kovac, who was like a coach for like relegation level teams before, and you definitely saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was the big too big of a jump from he was at Eintracht, wasn't he, before?
Yeah, he was, and he wasn't even that good in the league. He just won the cup against Bayern in the final, but this game was like the referee threw it away. Bayern should have gotten a pen
Mm.
in the like 90th minute.
Fair enough, but yeah, let's get into the preview. There's a guy who
Yeah.
might jump in. It's called Bayern now in the moment. So I asked him to come on before, but he didn't. He didn't. I don't think he saw my message, but he just seems to be in the chat. So maybe there'll be another Bayern fan joining us in a moment. But yeah, let me just pull up the screen and see. Let's talk about Bayern real quick before we get into. Actually, no. No, actually, yeah. Let's talk about Bayern. Well, what's you've had okay start I guess to the season, which you're third, but you're only 1 point behind. Like, How is Bayern's form up until now, and are you worried going into this game?
The first few games, like the one was Leipzig in
Yeah.
the Super Cup and the game against Eintracht in the league, were like very, very good. Bayern
Oh yeah, you
scored, I
smashed them
think,
like 6-1, right?
yeah, 6-1 against Eintracht, and I think like 4-2 against Leipzig, I think. Yeah, I think so. And the attack was so fun to watch, like especially after Lewandowski left, like everyone was like, "Ooh, who's gonna score our goals now?" As
Hmm.
Lewandowski really like scored like 50 or 60% of the goals for Bayern, I think. But Mané definitely stepped up when he came in. Gnabry scored a few goals. He still played like dog shit, but he managed to bag some goals.
Yeah.
And even Sané, who was like criticized a lot from German media, he's like one of the most hated players in German media, I think. Sané stepped up to score like 2 goals already.
Right.
So yeah, but in the last few games, you definitely saw that Bayern had problems against deep blocks.
Hmm.
Union Berlin, they are like a very good defending team.
Yeah, they're fourth right now.
Yeah, like the game ended 1-1 in a draw, and it was
Hmm.
totally deserved. Like Union had 2 or 3 big chances, and Bayern like the same. But to be honest, the game against Gladbach could have ended like 5-1 if like they had a bad goalkeeper, but Sommer turned into prime Neuer and prime Buffon combined to save everything. He even
Yeah, look
broke
at that.
the fucking record.
33 shots, 20 on target. Fucking hell.
Yeah, Bayern could have won this game like 5-1 easily. So I wouldn't say that Bayern are on the bad form right now.
Hmm.
It's more that the I don't know the English word, like Bayern doesn't convert the chances probably.
Right, right. Nice. Oh, here he is. I'm gonna bring him in. The other Bayern fan coming in. George, what's up, brother? Thank you for coming through.
What's up, Navon? Is that your
Yo,
name?
what's up?
Yeah, yeah. Hi. This is short notice, but I just saw your DM and I was like, let me hop in on the stream real quick.
Yeah. So you're from the US.
Yes, yes. I don't know what gave that away. Flag or I don't know.
The big ass flag in the back, probably.
Yeah, but I was listening to the show a little bit and I don't know. Why are the Inter fans so concerned? I mean, your system is built to play against a team like us. Just defend well.
Mm.
And what's going on with Inter? I'm curious.
Oh no, we've had a very bad start to the season, bro. We've been conceding left, right, and center. We've conceded 8 goals in the first 5 matches already, which is really worrying. And
Unlike Inter.
yeah, no, I understand. Maybe you're thinking about the Inter of last season, or maybe you're thinking about the Conte Inter, who was
Definitely. Many
yeah.
Bayern fans on Twitter are like they think Inter is like a deep block and they are defending like prime AC Milan back then, which is not the thing anymore under Inzaghi.
No, we're an attacking, progressive
Oh
type of
shoot!
team.
So this game isn't what I thought. It's
No.
actually going to be an attacking. Interesting. So
Well, no, because of how badly we've been playing, I think our coach Inzaghi might like take things a little bit back and say, okay, like this is Bayern. We don't want to be playing, go head to head with you guys, because obviously you're gonna beat us if we try to go head to head. So I think we might see a little bit more of a defensive Inter.
I must be an idiot because so here's what I thought Inter was. I thought Inter would defend. You have the back three going, and then for the majority of the game, I don't watch Inter. I watch Napoli and Juve recently.
Right.
I hate watching Juventus. It's the opposite of football.
Yeah, that's
Because you play fucking ugly football.
Yeah, I saw this one image, and there was not Juve didn't have a single player in the midfield or in between the lines. It was like a circle. It was weird,
bro.
So, yeah, that's what I thought Inter was. I thought they defended more, but I guess
no, that's not us. Don't put us in that category, bro. We call it under Simone Inzaghi, we call it limone ball, like because his name is Simone, and like we talk about like limoncello, the drink. So we're sipping. Usually we're supposed to be sipping on nice, attractive football.
No, that's what you want to see. And
Yeah.
what is that down to? Why are you conceding more goals?
Well, I don't know. Physically, maybe we're not in form yet. It's just our defenders at the back are not really suited to playing in the high line. They get a little bit exposed. Just the team's not on form at the moment. So it's there's a variety of reasons, bro. Which I can't really pinpoint exactly what it is. What do you think, Navon? Like, I think there's a variety of things.
Yeah,
But do you think there's a
I think
particular
like obviously a lot of Inter fans, they like make it easy for themselves. They just blame De Vrij, for example.
Yeah, De
But
Vrij is our centre back who's like really out of form at the moment.
yeah, but the thing is, even last season we conceded way too many goals, and I mean, even when De Vrij was playing like good, and it remembers me to Conte's. Like you remember when Conte was playing this fucking 3-4-1-2
Mm,
with like no balance in midfield.
yeah.
It remembers me to this because like when we lose the ball in midfield, our center backs are like very high up and they are very wide as well.
Hmm.
But they don't have the pace to cover up like the lost space, especially the Fry and Bastoni. I think Skriniar is probably the best one suited to this. And also, like when we lose the ball in midfield, Brozovic, when he isn't covering up the midfield, Barella and Hakan are like up the pitch as usual. So we are like in a 3 or 4 versus probably 4 or 5 attackers. You saw it was Milan when Hakan lost the ball in midfield. Skriniar had to cover Giroud and Leao. And then we have a very bad goalkeeper as well in Handanovic who like doesn't save shit.
Wait, he really declined because I remember a couple seasons ago he was like
Yeah, but to be honest, Handanovic always had a better like reputation than how good he actually was. I think he was a pretty solid goalkeeper, probably one of the best in Serie A, like 2018 maybe. But after that, he declined, and I always felt like Inter, like when Inter really wants to be a top team, you need a better goalkeeper than Handanovic because also like
Yeah.
with the ball at his feet, he's pretty bad. He's just not a modern goalkeeper, and on the line he declined a lot. Like I think Neuer, for example, I said it before, Neuer saves like 2 goals in the Milan derby. I think like Milan scored 3 goals. Out of those 3 goals, Neuer would have saved 2, I think, while Handanovic saved 0. So yeah, it's just a big difference in goalkeeping as well.
Wait, what about Andre Onana? Is he still on drugs or what's
He's clean now. He's clean. We sent him to the rehab.
He's clean? Yeah, we're still doing cocaine out here. What's going on?
No,
Well, let's get into that, bro. So the predicted lineup. Let's talk about. Actually, no. Before we get into it, George, because you came in impromptu, just give us a quick background on who you are, how you're supporting Bayern. Like, just give us a quick intro.
Yeah, I got it. So, a bald Dutchman in 2014. I'm 20 now, so
Okay.
it was 8 years ago. I was 12, and I liked Ian Robin so much. All my friends were Messi, Ronaldo fans, and I found this Dutchman in the World Cup that I really liked. So I ended up just following Ian Robin, and just I have his farewell shirt, which I paid a lot of money for, and it's like it's like his number and his history at Bayern.
You got good taste. You got good taste.
Yeah. So
big baller.
yeah. And then I just decided Bayern was my team. And then it was the last 3 years, because I was still young, that I really started watching every game. Now I wake up at 7 a.m. where I live when Bayern game starts.
Wow.
I just
It's so hard to like be a football fan if you live in the US.
It sucks. It's terrible. You gotta wake up at 7 a.m. because the game starts at 7:30 a.m. But the Champions League games, they're fine because it's 1 p.m. middle of the day. I work for myself, so everything kind of works the way.
I think the Asian guys have it really bad because theirs is like in the middle of the night.
But I haven't even thought about like in the middle of the night, it's okay. But when you are on work, you can't just like pick up your phone and like watch the Bayern game. Your boss will probably like kick you out.
I was in school doing that.
School's okay.
I would have the Champions League game illegal streams. I didn't have the money to be paying subscriptions back then. I'd just be watching Champions League games. So it's good to finally have a channel, and that's how I started Bayern now, because I felt like there weren't enough Bayern fans around me. So I thought, I should just scream about it on YouTube until someone finds the video and we can connect, and that's how it happened.
Nice, bro. I just typed in Bayern Munich match reaction, and your channel was the first one I saw. So then I messaged you on Twitter. So
thank you, YouTube.
Yeah, you do. So, I watched a couple of your videos. You do some good work. So shouts out to you, man.
Appreciate it. And I did. Can we just say, I saw it on your Twitter,
right?
And this guy's on the Big Six. His name's Grizz. I think you might know. He said, "What's going on here?"
Yeah, I'm just putting you in focus. Let's see. It seems like you're gonna say something big.
Something about Bayern don't make it out of this group. Look, that blew my mind. Now it's football. Anything can happen. We can lose 2 games. We can get destroyed. Inter can defend for 90 minutes, get 1 goal, and we try everything, miss all our chances. It happens. But to say we're not making it out of the group, not even into the Europa League. I don't think he mentioned the Europa League for us. So I thought that was crazy. So if you have his number, I'd like to talk to that guy.
I haven't got his number, but I can get you in touch with him. No, that's jokes. No, I was surprised he said that, to be honest. I am surprised he said that, because to me, but he did say it's a hot take. I think he did say it's a hot take. So I think you guys are definitely the favorites to finish first, in my opinion. Like there's no
can I add something?
Yeah, sure.
The false image that says Inter is just a defending team, it heavily exists on Twitter. Like most Bayern fans I follow, they were like, oh no, not Inter, not a deep sitting team, we're 3 at the back. They think 3 at the back is automatically says you're a defending team. I think they do think we are a defending team because of Conte's Inter, which was a defending team, counter-attacking. But if you look at Atalanta or now Inter under Inzaghi, I think those teams are very attacking teams, probably more attacking than most teams who 4 at the back. But there's just this false image that every Italian team with 3 at the back is just defensive.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a stereotype.
They haven't watched Atalanta then, because
I think most people probably know about Atalanta's playing style, but not with Inter.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think it's just the association with Conte. It doesn't look like you changed anything when people look at the formation. And most football fans are casuals. They're not considered they're actually watching a game.
Yeah.
I watched the AC Milan game, and it wouldn't have been too apparent that Inter is now an attacking team, but the possession was in your favor away from home, and that's insane. And you were going forward, you were trying things,
and with a top scoring team in Italy for 2 seasons in a row. So
yeah.
Well, but can we talk about this? Because I feel like this is an advantage to Inter. Lukaku's not available in this game. Look, I'm a very specific football guy. I like players with first touches. That man has a pedophile first touch. I don't know. Look, maybe Inter fans love him. He might be a servant for your club, but I just don't understand. It's the most expensive loan in history. Chelsea paid you $100 million for you to get the player back for free, essentially.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Thank you, Chelsea. He gives you goals. He gives you goals, but doesn't he limit the build-up?
No, Lukaku is great at build-up play. That's one of his biggest strengths, I think.
Man, Conte got it in him. I think the Chelsea, I don't know what happened at Chelsea, the system and the way Chelsea played, it didn't suit him.
The system didn't suit him.
He's good. He's good for us, man. I'm happy that he's back. I think
he's the first guy I've ever heard saying that.
Nah, bro. Ask most Inter fans, bro. I'm telling you, he was the MVP in Serie A, bro. Just a season ago.
If you find some Everton fans, I think they will probably tell you good things about him as well. I think most
we have to slander his first touch because
Chelsea and Man United fans do this to compensate that he was bad for their club.
Well, Chelsea fans are some special individuals because they buy
they hate their players.
they blame the teams that they buy players from. Like they bought Timo Werner from Leipzig, and they went on about how the Bundesliga is a crap league. And I said, we all knew Werner couldn't play football. He was just a bad
definitely.
We knew he missed those chances.
Werner. He's so fucking bad for Germany. Every time I watch him, like I want to cry. He's so fucking bad.
And I think that's why Germany, won't do great in the World Cup, because Timo's just losing all the chances. So
Werner, Havertz, and Gnabry up top, like 3 players I heavily dislike.
Nah, not Gnabry. Okay, Gnabry's been crap recently.
Yeah, he's playing like bullshit. Even if he scores like some random goals against Köln or I don't know, Stuttgart.
Wait, can we talk about the fact that Inter have a chance in this game? As much as Bayern, under Nagelsmann in the last few weeks, we have looked really good without Robert Lewandowski, right? We're looking fluid. We have 4 attackers switching positions every 2 seconds. It can be very intense to play against us. But if Inter were to match that intensity and Skriniar was on top of his game, De Verge, who's out of form, would be on top of his game. Who's the other guy? I don't know.
Bastoni, or it's probably it looks like it might be DiMarco. But actually, let's get the predicted lineups up. So at the back, because Bastoni was a little bit injured at the weekend, so it could be DiMarco stepping in. But yeah, continue on your point.
Yeah, so if your defense was just really active, you could have a chance in this game. And the midfield battle, I think that's where this game is won or lost. I think with you're going to have a visible numerical advantage in the midfield if we play with the 4-2-2. Sabitzer and Kimmich, I want them to start, but part of me would love Goretzka to play because of his physicality. You got Brozovic in there. He's a real physical merchant. Like he gets you. We were linked to him a couple seasons ago. I don't think it was ever that real, but with his presence in the midfield and then that elegance that Barella brings, it might tip the balance in your favor at portions of the game where it's getting intense, right? And then couple that with the back 3 you have, it might stifle some of our players' ability to play in between the lines if Brozovic and Barella are on top of their game. So I don't want people thinking Bayern are going to come in and just overrun Inter. Because if we don't, then this is a great look for me. I look humble. But if we do, then I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's the predicted lineup. I'm pretty happy with it because it's got Bastoni didn't look good. So if DiMarco is he's a very short centre back. So that could be exploited by you guys. In the end.
Cannavaro was 5'9".
But he was actually a centre back. This guy he's like a left back converted into. So he doesn't enjoy defending, bro. He's not. he's really good on the ball.
Midget center backs are the new thing. Lisandro Martinez at Man United. What's the other midget center?
Mascherano was already there, bro. Mascherano already was a.
Yeah. It doesn't mean anything if you don't have a football brain.
Yeah. But no, as you said, in theory, 3-5-2, we've got we should have a midfield advantage, but that was supposed to be the same against Milan, but then Tonali and Benacer had the better of all of our midfield. They won every single battle, so we need to step up.
But to be honest, Hakan was awful. Towards the end, he was okay, but in the first half, especially, he was awful, in my opinion. And Barella, I think it was one of the worst games I've ever seen him play. Especially in the big games, Barella always has a big impact, even if he's not playing good. His presence and his hard-working energy, it's always a thing. But against Milan, he was just very, very bad. I think that's the worst game Barella's ever played for Inter. Probably.
And it's funny because he was man of the match at the game before.
Versus Spezia.
Cremonese,
yeah. But I think also Correa, he was pretty good back in this game. But against Milan, for the first goal, he had one good move, but Correa was also very bad.
Yeah.
Well, also Navarro.
Give me a quick. I need to know the answer to this question as well from Nicola. Is because Theo Hernandez, we Inter fans, hate is not even the right word. Like we despise Theo Hernandez, the brother of Lucas
why?
Hernandez. He's an absolute like C word. Like he's a cunt. He's a base. I'll just say it. He's a cunt.
Yeah.
And,
like when he plays against you, he's just that good, or he just pushes
No,
everyone.
that's not the thing.
well, he's good, but he's not like that good. But he's good. But he's like he always gets away with like fouls, and he's like trying to
He's trying
provoke.
to kill our players on the pitch.
They're the same. Lucas Hernandez. Is,
Nah, come on, bro.
maybe
You don't know the thing about Theo.
Lucas. He basically plays like Sergio Ramos. Like he'll tackle you and then cry.
Yeah, that's true. That's
like,
true.
Like he puts 100% into every challenge. He leaves a mark on you. So maybe that's what I mean. But he's a really good defender. Like he does, like in the air, everything is clean. His defensive style, he doesn't really, try to 2-foot you, right? I think his brain is better.
That's the difference to his brother. Like Lucas is just a very good defender. He's also like a hard tackler, and like Sergio Ramos, maybe a little bit dirty sometimes, but you can't compare him to Theo. Like Theo is just, as Shama said, a cunt on the pitch. He's trying to kill our players, and he's always like getting away with it. Like maybe like Vidal or like Casemiro, like those kind of players,
Yeah.
Lucas is not like that, to be honest.
Do you think is he lived up to the when you guys signed him, he was a big price tag. It was like 70 million. He's lived up to it, right?
Well, 80 million.
80. Yeah.
It was a lot.
He was our record transfer.
Yeah.
Well, so for the first 2 seasons, he was getting injured a lot. So 2 months, 3 months, and there was this feeling that, oh crap, we bought him while he was injured. So it's like, we just spent this much money, but the club trusted him. And over the last 2 seasons, this guy's been fit. He rarely gets injured now. Every time you'd go down, I'd get a heart attack because crap, we got to change the defense again. So, but now he's just staying fit, and he's exceptional, and he's just getting better. But I'd say we have a real luxury in that defense with De Ligt, Upamecano, and Lucas. Now Upa has that Basel gene, so but he'll play well. He'll play well for a majority of the game, right? He'll play well for 90%, and then he'll do something crazy like miss the ball, like But with De Ligt back there's a sense of calmness. With Lucas, they just work with each other. So I'd say Lucas has lived up to the money. And that's why Bayern paid it. I think he's an exceptional defender, and he rarely does like something stupid. Like he's always there. I mean, against Neymar and Mbappe a couple seasons ago, he just bossed them completely. So
there was like if Bayern would have won this game, it would be like a 10 out of 10 performance from Lucas Hernandez. He was like defending so exceptionally good. Like he was in 1 versus 2, and I think 2 occasions versus Neymar and Mbappe, and he stopped both attacks. Like he was so good, but we still lost. So but Shama, what was your opinion on Lucas Hernandez before like we talked about it?
Yeah, no. I watch like Bayern like here and there, and he always really impresses me, and for France when he plays for the France national team. But I don't know him like on a you guys watch him on every match, so you guys will know the little stuff about it. I really like him. I think he's I think in the back 3 he would be like the perfect, in the Bastoni position, he would be like perfect player. Like he has the athleticism of Theo, like that pace, but he's like really good at defending, so he's like the perfect.
I feel like on Twitter a lot of people think he was like a flop for Bayern.
No,
but he was never bad. He was never playing bad for Bayern. He was always good. He was just like injured a lot in the beginning. But when he played, when he was fit, he was always a good defender.
And also, Hansi Flick just always preferred Alaba at the center back position because Alaba could make magic passes in between the lines, which is something we're seeing that Lucas can do now.
I nearly forgot that it was so fucking dumb. That was like one of the most frustrating situations ever at Bayern for me.
And especially considering how Alaba played in his last year. He wasn't good, but
he wasn't.
He played Lucas at left back and played Alaba. It was so weird. But now Lucas has a manager that completely rates him. And as much as I love Flick, that was one of his weirdest decisions I never understood.
Flick had like some personal decisions, you know, like I think like he failed some players because he liked them on a personal basis and not because they performed very good. It was the same with Goretzka and with Gnabry.
But yeah, let's get back into the predicted lineups. Navon, I'm pretty happy with that on Inter side in terms of if Bastoni is not 100%, Di Marco to kind of help with the build up. I know he's probably gonna. Actually, I would like to see Darmian play there instead of Di Marco. But Robin Gosens is starting. Robin Gosens, speak to me as a fellow German. Robin Gosens, we need a comeback season from this guy, don't we?
Thing is, I've never been like a very big fan of Gosens.
Same.
But just because he's like not the type of player I like, you know, he's not like a technical guy, not like a very fast 100%. Player. I feel like he was just like a very good system player in a very good functional Atalanta system. And for Germany, he was like only good in one game at the World Cup. That was like against Portugal. I think he scored one goal and assisted another.
Yeah, he had a good Euros.
Yeah, but the thing is, we were playing like 3-5-2 or 3-4-3, and he had Kimmich as the other wing back. And Kimmich is like great at crossing.
Yeah.
And I think like Gosens, when there would be another right wing back, he could be great, but I don't see this working on long term with Dumfries and Gosens because they're too similar.
Yeah, 100%. I've been saying that on my channel for a while.
But he's definitely not
starting tomorrow.
Gosens is definitely not as bad as it seems right now, and like Inzaghi doesn't seem to rate him. He preferred like Damian and Di Marco at left wing back over Gosens in the last games. I think Gosens definitely deserves like 3 games starting in a row. And also, I don't think Di Marco has been that good at left wing back either. I really like his crossing ability. His left foot in general is just fire. Like his crossing ability is so good. Also, his passes are very good, his long balls, but him on the ball is also not like a perfect solution for a club like Inter.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. He's a weakness wherever you put him defensively, even at left wing back. But his left foot is very important. What about up front, man? It looks like it's going to be Dzeko Lautaro. I know we're not a fan of the duo of them as a duo, but the way that Dzeko came on against Milan, you know, that showed a lot of hunger and a lot of, you know, he wants that place in the team. So I'm very happy. Well, not very happy, but I'd be happy for him to see him start. And he's got that Bundesliga experience, as we know from his time at Wolfsburg, as I've put that picture there. What are you telling me?
Yeah, the thing is, I always liked Dzeko. And when I see like this Wolfsburg picture, I talked about it some minutes ago when Wolfsburg won the Bundesliga. He was so great back then. And also for like Roma and for City, I always liked Dzeko. But to be honest, at Inter, he declined a lot. He's still a good player, but I don't know, especially against a team like Bayern, where like most of the goal scoring opportunities will come from counterattacks. I would maybe prefer to see Tuco Correa starting, just because like George told us like Upamecano has those bozo moments, and even if he doesn't play, De Ligt has it as well. We know that from Juve.
He's got the handball moments. We know the handball moments.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's the risk with young defenders.
But that's also a thing with De Ligt. De Ligt is not as good as some Bayern fans pointed out to be. Like when we signed him, the reaction on Twitter was like if Bayern just signed Prime Maldini, even though that isn't the case. And if you watch De Ligt in Juve, you definitely saw him having a few weaknesses, and he was just not playing very consistently at Juve.
I can't agree with
that. I would just prefer Correa maybe, but I think if Dzeko is doing badly, then Inzaghi would take him out, like maybe the 60th minute. So
I can't. We gotta go back to the lit thing, man. Look, I get it. Like Juve, he was. Well, the thing is, at Juve, didn't he have like 4 different managers? Pirlo, Sarri, and Allegri. Oh, that's 3. Three different managers, right? And all of them play uniquely different styles. Sarri plays the sorrowful passing in between the lines that leads
But
to
he's a
nothing.
fucking center back. He's like not like a ball playing midfielder.
I swear to God, you can find Maldini doing something crazy, right? But I'm not saying De Ligt is Maldini. What he's done at Bayern so far, he's added composure to our back line, and he's taking responsibility. My man came off a plane, an 18-hour plane ride from Germany to DC, scored a banger in like a minute. He just got off the plane. He didn't even train. I think that's, his mentality is great, but his development at Juve was stalled because Juve just had so many problems. So the move to Bayern is perfect, and we're already seeing him get on the ball more than he's ever done it. I think he got on the ball in one game more than he did it in his entire Juve career. So
yeah, and he was firing shots at Juve straight away. He was saying that, this is the type of football I want to play.
and he said that, and Nagelsmann placed him a striker. He played striker against Gladbach when we couldn't find anyone. Yeah. So look, I get it. Like, we might have hyped it, but I mean, come on. It's a 67 million signing. Chelsea wanted him. We're football fans. It's all about the competition. Chelsea fans lost on him. So, it's that, we got him and you didn't. So we have to celebrate like we just signed Maldini. Chelsea spent 75 million on food, whatever his name is. I don't know. We don't talk about that.
Hey, I'm from Leicester. You put some respect on Fofana.
Fofana is good.
But like 75 million, and then they were coming at us for spending 60.
Yeah, but Premier League tax. Like Fofana has this Premier League tax and he's still young. Why is De Ligt a bad time at Juve? Like, not really a bad time, but let's say not a good time at Juve. And De Ligt cost like 80 million back then already. So you couldn't just get your money back. Like, it would have been dumb from Bayern to pay Juve what they paid back then.
Yeah.
What about you guys' lineup then? Is that pretty much the predicted? Is that what it's gonna be, do you think? If you guys can see that. Mane up front, Sané, Muller, Coman, no Musiala.
I'm not sure about Sané. Maybe I think Musiala could come in.
Nah.
Yeah. And the rest should be fine. But I think Nagelsmann said that Goretzka might start. And to be honest, for Inter, it would be better if Goretzka starts because Sabitzer gave the Bayern midfield balance Bayern didn't have since Thiago left. Because Goretzka, Kimmich, this just doesn't really work, this double pivot. They're both too offensive. There's no balance in midfield, and like there are big holes when Bayern's getting counterattacked, for example.
True.
Big holes in midfield. Sabitzer covered that better than Goretzka ever did.
Juve are down. There's this little celebration.
Yeah.
Already. Oh my gosh. Did Mbappe score?
Apparently
Wait. So
the game started like 5 minutes ago.
I gotta get that. So Sané, Sané has been. We talked about his body language. Well, now he's arguing with referees. He clearly cares now. And then people talk about his work rate. He's one of our most pressing players. So he's like.
I wouldn't say that, but
statistically.
Yeah, but his work rate. Shit is definitely overhated in Germany just because German media, like I'm from Germany, I really like feel this pressure in German media for Sané. Like Sané, if it's one bad game, there's like especially a new article from the Bild Zeitung like Sané, the biggest flop in Bayern's history. Yeah. Sané is getting sold next summer. Sané should be benched.
Maybe you feel that because you're like based locally, you probably feel that more, right?
Yeah, even like if you just watch like German commentary, even the German commentary is like very biased towards Sané because Germans don't like those players, like in Italy or in Spain or in France, like people would love Sané. because he's a technical player, you know. But in Germany, they want hardworking players, and they also want like players that are like.
They want Thomas Müller. They want everyone to be Thomas Müller.
Yeah, they don't want players to have like
personality,
like exceptional hairstyle or like expensive clothes, expensive,
flashy.
Yeah, you know, they don't want players like that in Germany. And
that's a really good perspective. So I'm glad you have that. But I think he'll start because Musiala didn't have a better game than him against Union.
Yeah, he didn't, but Musiala had a very good start to the season. Then he was out one game injured. And then he definitely came back in. So
wait, but here's the thing. So there's this thing on Twitter where it's like Sane versus Musiala FT. But the weird thing is they play really well together. It's like if Sane's playing next to Musiala, you can tell they understand each other.
Bayern Twitter is so fucking retarded.
Man.
Like every time Bayern plays,
you're getting me. I'm getting no YouTube ad money today.
Yeah, I'm getting monetized.
Yeah, no. So on the other side, then Koeman is 100%. Then you're saying so it's just on the left hand side, that's like the 50-50.
Yeah, like it's 50-50 between Sabitzer and Goretzka, and 50-50 between Sane and Musiala. I don't think Gnabry will start. And yeah, the defense should be set like this, definitely.
Yeah, and then hopefully for you guys, no Upamecano, because if that's Hernandez and De Ligt, I'm more worried because I had like a few screenshots prepared of like Upamecano as we saw earlier. Like
I'm still a big fan of Upamecano. I like him. He just has disposal moments.
But he has that mistake. He has that mistake in him, right?
Yeah, but he remembers me to like the young Boateng. Boateng, when he was young, he was exactly like that. Boateng, when he came from City, he was like very good, like world defender. You know, he was very good on paper. He was playing very good, exceptionally good for like 22 years old, like 90% of the time. But then there were those mistakes. But Boateng, he like got us out of his game when he was like 25, 26 in his prime. And I think Upamecano can definitely do that.
Yeah.
So I still really like Upamecano.
Me too. I feel the exact same way. Literally. You couldn't I said it in a video. Upa's like Boateng. He just they play almost the same passing range. Boateng slightly better with his left foot.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I do have to go. I gotta go watch some UCL games. So
bro. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up soon as well because I want to watch Juve getting smashed as well. But thank you, man. I appreciate you coming through on like the last minute notice. We'll do it properly for the next one. We'll do it properly.
Right. If we lose, we're not doing a match review. Just
match reaction.
You ain't finding me. No fan cams, none of that. All right.
But I appreciate you, George. Very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And make sure you guys go check him out at Bayern Now on YouTube and on Twitter. Nice. All right, Navon. Let's finish up here so we can go watch Juve. I wanted to ask you one question. Like, I know, for us, we know our keeper is like completely declined, but I've also heard and I've also seen here and there that by Neuer standards is not the same Neuer. So is that like maybe an opening for Inter? Like,
Neuer had like 2 very bad mistakes this season already. I think he gave away a goal with Frankfurt against Kolomuani where he just like dribbled into him. Yeah, it was that one. But
he got overconfident.
But you see the standing like it was 5-0, so it doesn't really care. And I think he also had a mistake against Leipzig, I think. I think so. But still, like on the line, Neuer's still a great keeper, and his save rate like is still very high up for a top-notch goalkeeper. And like with ball at his feet, Neuer is always like so good to watch. I don't really think he declined. Like there was this one season after his ACL, 18-19, I think, where Neuer had like a bad start to the season after he came back from his injury, and everyone was like, Neuer is finished. And then 1 or 2 years later, he was like one of the best 3 goalkeepers in the world again. So I don't really like jump on the trains.
Yeah. It's just, I'm just trying to find something for like, maybe a little weakness in the team.
Yeah,
So
like there is a weakness. Like Bayern is still very attacking under Nagelsmann, even though, as I said, Sabitzer improved the midfield balance. Still very attacking team under Nagelsmann, and sometimes there are like big gaps in the defense where maybe like a good counter attack, like maybe a ball to Lautaro 1 versus the lift or versus Pavard, and then Lautaro can definitely like get to shoot. Yeah, I don't think like Inter doesn't stand a chance. But what I want to say as well, I really would like to see Mkhitaryan. I don't know how fit he is, but like I really liked him after he came on versus Milan.
yeah, he was good.
And we know with Hakan and big games, like sometimes he's very good, but
Yeah.
oftenly Hakan in big games doesn't really play that well, especially like versus Milan.
Yeah,
So
Milan and like against the Juve games, he wasn't that good either.
yeah, he was very good against Roma, I think.
Yeah,
And
Roma, he
in
was good.
the first game
The
was
first, no, the first Milan derby was good.
yeah,
Remember the one
yeah,
where
he
he scored
scored
the
a
penalty?
penalty, right?
Yeah,
With
yeah,
this. And then Lautaro missed the second penalty.
yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Lautaro should never take a single pen again for my club.
Yeah. Oh,
I
that's
don't
that's
want
the
to
thing
see this.
now. Now that Lukaku is injured, I'm like, oh, we're gonna have that issue
And
again.
give it to Brozovic, give it to Hakan, give it
Yeah.
to Dzeko, but not Lautaro, please. And not
Like,
DeMarco as well.
going back to the goalkeeper, bro. Like you mentioned
Yeah,
earlier, like what's his name? Jan Sommer made like
yeah,
19 saves against you guys. So we need our keeper, whatever happens, we need our keeper to be like on job. So in reality, we all want Onana to be starting, but I
yeah.
doubt.
With Mandanovic, this game would have probably ended like 7-1 for Bayern.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't think Inzaghi will play Onana in this game
no,
because I feel like Inzaghi doesn't want to like be the one who benches our captain. You know,
yeah,
I
yeah,
just don't think, even if it sounds mean, I just don't think he has like the balls to like bench our captain, and then especially not in a game with Bayern in the Champions League.
yeah. No, no, I
So
don't think it's mean. I think it's true. It's just Inzaghi's not that. I don't think he's that guy to make like a decision like that.
yeah, like maybe a coach like Conte. I mean, Conte is very conservative, but I think like he would be the one to bench a player like Handanovic without thinking
Yeah,
about it, but not Inzaghi.
no, no. So we just have to hope Handanovic, comes through for us. 'Cause he does sometimes. There are matches in the season where he does come through for us. Let's not
Yeah,
like lie. Like
last
sometimes he
season
does.
was it versus Milan?
Yeah, I think he had one. Yeah, he had a good derby. One of the derbies. Yeah. And then he had some Champions League matches. He was okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, sometimes there are matches where he does come through. But most of the time these days, yeah, we're not really expecting too much. But let's finish up on a match prediction, bro. Like speaking to you guys, I have got a little bit more hope than I had before, to be honest. You both kind of said, there are some, weaknesses in Bayern, and the early season form hasn't been amazing. So I think we can nick a draw, to be honest. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw. What do you think?
Yeah, the thing is, there are like two very probable predictions in my head. One is the draw as well. Like when Inter plays a decent or a good game, like not like with Milan or Lazio, but just like a good Inter game, typical Inter game with our good strong lineup, good midfield, then I can see a draw definitely as well. Especially because like Bayern's conversation rate is pretty bad as well. Like Mane scores like 3 offside goals every game.
He's
But
not clinical.
yeah, Mane is probably even the most clinical player at Bayern right now because like Coman, as good as he is, world class player, I love him. He's just not a goal scoring player as well. Sane, limited, and Müller, yeah, I mean he's his games, but it's just Müller. So I think either a draw or Inter is getting completely smashed because our defending is as shit as versus Milan. And
yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I agree. It's either going to be close or it's going to be like crazy, like it's going to be embarrassing.
Yeah, there's like, I don't think it will be like 3-1. It's either a draw or a close win for Bayern, or we're getting smashed. So
yeah,
I don't know what.
if we defend anything like we did against Lazio, against Milan, or even Cremonese, like we've been defending some like so badly. If we defend like that against Bayern, it's going to be really, really bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what who do you think if we're into Lautaro?
No, I don't think Lautaro. I think maybe like Brozovic scored in the last game, but maybe like Dumfries or one of the center backs.
Yeah.
I don't, or maybe even Dzeko. Dzeko was pretty good last year in the Champions League.
Yeah, Dzeko definitely was stepped up.
Yeah, he's an experienced player, so I think Dzeko can definitely step up.
Yeah. Sanjar is also a Bayern and Inter fan, so we got multiple of these guys.
I know him from Twitter, maybe. Hussein.
Yeah, Hussein. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Navon, thank you very much for coming through.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I hope people feel a little bit more confident going into this, but I know it's going to be hard. But we're at home, guys. We're at San Siro, and I think there's going to be a reaction. Because I see usually Inter under Inzaghi, they usually react after a bad game. We've always seen that in the last year or so. So I think there's going to be a reaction, like some pride, some fire under their asses, hopefully. Yeah, I hope Barella knows that, so guys are ready to redeem themselves after the awful derby match that they had. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I hope Barella steps up.
Yeah, we need Barella to step up. And if GOSENS start, I'm predicting a Robin GOSENS goal. Fuck it.
I've been to the San Siro when GOSENS scored his first goal for Inter.
Oh yeah, the derby, the Coppa Italia. Nice.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Did he start that game or did he come on as a substitute?
He came on like when we were like 3-0 up. No, it was like
2-0 up.
2-0 up, yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you, Navon, for joining me. Hopefully we come with a positive match reaction tomorrow. Thank you for everyone that watched. Thank you for George for coming through. Some nice little Bayern perspective today. And now we're going to go watch, hopefully, PSG smashing Juve. Make sure you guys leaving a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel. Ciao ragazzi, Forza Inter.
Ciao.